everybody. Ciaccio here. Happy Monday. Today I just want to talk about, be kind of a short call, yet I kind of want to emphasize some of the things that I've seen agents do right, I've seen agents do wrong. When they call me, it's kind of like a coaching to help them out to try to choose the right words. So, one thing I will say, and I've ridden with many agents, I'm going to recommend you guys to all just to slow down. Because what ends up happening, we get excited when we either have a client face to face, excuse me, or a client on the phone with us. You've been smiling and dialing. Now you got somebody on the phone, so now you feel you got to talk. And what happens is that you kind of intimidate the client. You make them a little bit nervous. They don't know if you're just a quick talker. So you have to make sure that you use a lot of voice inflections when you're speaking with a client to where they feel comfortable with you. When you pronounce certain words, you got to pronounce them down from your stomach to where you feel it, and they can feel that you're really there to help them and to assist them. I've said this many times before. Kind of think about this here. When you're driving too fast, you got to tap those brakes to slow that car down. You're a vehicle as well. Your job is to help the client out. Your job is to make money. Your job is to live happily ever after. Yet what ends up happening, certain times, a client will give you a buying signal. And when they give you that buying signal, it kind of makes you get revved up and you get excited. And when you get excited, now what you do is you forget about using the proper words. You forget about slowing down. You forget about the voice inflection on how you need to emphasize certain words. So what ends up happening, not that it's a done deal, close to a deal, and what ends up happening is certain times you actually just mess up and make the client feel uncomfortable. The client buys from you. They buy from the carrier if it's a known carrier, but normally 9 out of 10 times a client will buy from you because they trust you, and the way they trust you is the way you have a delivery, how you say words and when you say things. Now, I'm going to go over a couple different examples. I like to tell people when I'm there that I'm here to help you, I'm here to coach you, I'm here to assist you. You pick out the words you want to pick out the best plans that are affordable for you. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to go over some different programs with you, which are like face amounts. So different programs with you, and from there I want you to discuss with me which one you feel is best for you to where we can start something today. I like using the word today because I want to do it today. Knowing that when we start something today, that does not mean no money. The money will be drawn out of your account next month, either on the 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th Wednesday, whenever their money comes in. Now, couple things. When you're speaking to older people, most of them are sharp, some of them are a little bit just on the laid-back side. So you've got to make sure you're like a chameleon, working with that person, talking at the same speed they're talking. If they're from up north, visiting down here, or they moved down here, and they've got a little more energy, go with their energy. If you get somebody that's from down south that moved, or you work in the south, those people are more likely more calm down. They're more easygoing. They drink their sweet tea. They eat their peach cobbler. They're just different personalities that you have to acclimate yourself to where you don't look like a fish out of water when you're speaking with them. Let me give you a good example. I never knew this before. We had an agent that worked for us years ago who lived in California, raised in Hawaii. So he used to get leads in Hawaii. And we were talking one time at a convention, and I'm talking to him. We're going back and forth, and real nice guy, real sharp guy, dressed real nice. And I said, out of curiosity, it's so hot in Hawaii, how do you dress? He says, I dress in shorts. Me, I can't dress in shorts, but that's just my mindset. He said, Joe, he says, when you're in Hawaii or any area you're in, you need to acclimate yourself to that area that you're in. He says, when I go to work in Hawaii, I wear a certain type of shirt and a certain type of flip-flops. So he doesn't even wear dress shoes. He says, I must come across as a local person living here. If they feel that I am from the States coming there to sell, I have a harder time making a sale. So I've learned over the years, dress the way they do, wear the same shoes they do, which to me sounds kind of bizarre, yet you got to sit and think about that. I've ridden with agents down here in Florida. The one guy I rode with wore cargo shorts to work, and I just, in my brain, it just doesn't go that way for me. Yet every one of you guys is different personalities, different styles, different techniques. So you got to find the one that works best for you. Now, we got to learn to talk slower. We got to learn to tap those brakes. And let's talk about just a couple words. Let's sit and say you go to a client's house and you're talking with them and you're telling them how your program works. My program has a cash value. My program has as many beneficiaries as you want, but you don't have to make your payments until next month. Whenever you infuse the word but into a sentence, 99 out of 100 times, normally what follows a but is something negative. Okay? Gonna be something negative. So what ends up happening is that, Joe, I've got this beautiful car for you. It runs great. It's got 4 brand new tires on it. But, and when they say that word but, what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to pull back because you automatically know something not good is going to come. So what about this here? What about if you're saying, we've got different plans that are available, and the one you have sounds like a good one, yet, Y-E-T, yet. Let me tell you why mine is better than all the other companies out there. But to yet, or you can go but to however, depending on how the sentence goes. Now, say you run into a client, you're talking to them, you tell them how your program works, and you're saying, you know, what I want to do today is that I want to go over all the different options I have. I want you to ask me whatever questions you have. So before we get started, you have a life insurance policy in place. Now, in the back of your mind, you've already done a little bit of underwriting. You haven't really brought out the actual application to ask them all the health questions. Yet you've asked for overall questions. How's your health? Any heart attacks, any stroke? Are you a diabetic? Are you on a shot or a pill? You've kind of run down, to me, that's how I do it, in my warm-up, to kind of get to know them, get to know me. I tell them a little bit about my health as well. And they're telling you, yeah, Joe, I just got a policy about a month ago. It was for $10,000 and it's $75 a month. What some agents do is that they get excited when they hear that because they wrote somebody last week, similar age, similar face amount, and it's cheaper. They know they have something cheaper, providing the client is in good health. So what I don't want you to do is say, you know something, don't worry about that. I've got something much cheaper for you and I'm going to save you money. Please don't do that. Okay? Put it down here, write it down, $10,000, $75 a month, purchased 2 months ago. Put it into your database. Put it here to use that information a little bit later on. You say, you know something, at least you have a program started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the health questions for you. I am going to get all the information you provide to me. And from there, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it into my computer and see what I can do for you. Can I look at that policy? Have you opened it yet? Do you have it yet? When they get it for you, now it gives you time to see if it is for $10,000, if it's $75 a month, is it a term, is it a whole life? You're going to see exactly what it is. And that's also the best way to learn about your competition. Okay? Now, $10,000, $75 a month, Tap your brakes. Don't say I've got something cheaper. Say what I'm going to do is I'm going to shop it around. And by me shopping this around for you, because I'm an independent broker, I've been doing it for over 28 years, and I love helping people out. And hopefully today I'll be able to save you some money. You like to save money, don't you? With like a nice smile on your face. Oh yeah, Joe, I'm on a tight budget. Totally understand. So am I. So go through your process. Okay? When you're writing your prices down for people, I've seen some agents do it on the computer. If you're on the phone, tell them please get a pen and paper out and write this down. And then from there, show them what you have. I normally have somewhat of an idea, okay, of what I got. A friend of mine calls me last week and says, Joe, I got a policy 13 years ago from Guardian Life. $2 million policy. She's paying $860. $860 a year for $2 million policy. I knew even with Preferred Plus, I can't beat that price. I can't do it. So now I've got to sit and think, how do I answer her question? Do I answer it, I can't beat it? Do I answer it that I've got something that's going to cost you a little bit more and we can reset it now because you're in good health? What do you do? Again, you got to decide what is your style and what is best for you. Now, I don't think people like to hear this is what this is going to cost you every month. This is what your premiums are going to be every month. Okay? People correlate that as I don't want another payment. Just like when you go to the doctor says, you know, I might have to put you on another medication. First thing that comes to my mind if he tells me that is that I don't want to go on another medication. What can I do? Can I lose weight? Can I exercise? Can I drink more water? Can I change my diet? I'm going to do whatever I can not to go on another medication. Some people feel the same when you say your premium payments, all this stuff here. Now, we need to make sure that when we're speaking to people, telling them about the monthly premium, this is something that you will pay, okay? Your bank will send the payment in for you at no charge. And to me, I don't consider this an additional payment. What I consider this is called a peace of mind program that we're starting today. The peace of mind program we're starting today is that when the sad day comes and you pass away, that's when my job kicks in, and this is when your policy's job kicks in to help you out. Okay? And the beauty about doing business with me, I'm going to give you different programs with different ideas to pick from. Programs are face amount. I've taught this a long time ago. Programs are the face amount and ideas of the monthly premiums. I'm going to write down some different programs with the actual ideas with it that come with it. And then from there, we're going to find out which one is best for you. Okay? Now, here's another word I don't like using. What I got to do is ask you some health questions. I like saying what I have to do, what I need to do, what the company wants me to do is ask you some health questions. And based on your health questions is going to decide which company works best for you. Now, this is something off topic, not with words, special words. You need to let your client know that the more they tell you, the better program you can get. I've said this before, they have a policy or they are quoted a policy where it's guaranteed issue or it's graded or modified. And what happens, they feel that if they don't tell you the whole truth, they're going to slip in with a better program and a less expensive price. You need to tell them up front, I have no control over what company you go with. All I am is the messenger. You're going to give me the information. I'm going to put it into my computer, and the company will decide if they're going to accept you. So no matter what's going wrong with you, the company knows about it already. The beauty about me is that I represent 28 different companies. Pick a number you like, stick with that number. I represent 28 different companies, 13 different companies, whatever your style is, and different companies accept people with different items. Let me give you an example. If you had a heart attack 1 year ago, some companies won't accept you. I've got a company that will. I've got a company that will accept you if you got COPD, Parkinson's, emphysema. I got a company that will accept you. There's other companies that won't. So what I've come to find out over the years of doing business, a lot of people have bought from those companies that don't accept it or their prices are higher. This is why the company I work for, my mothership, does all the checking around for us agents to make sure we've got the best possible programs for our clients. Home office and my dreams are nothing's better than a happy client. Kind of tell them up front, don't lie to you, tell me the whole truth, nothing but the truth, because what's going to end up happening if you don't, they're going to think that they cannot tell you something. You go through the entire process. Said this about a month ago. Had a lady I was on the phone with, a client of mine from a long time ago, said, how's your health? Joe, my health is still great, nothing's wrong with me. It's okay. So I went down the list real quick, because I wrote her policy about 3-4 years ago. Boom, 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 but fine, nothing's wrong, okay? Comes back, she's got end-stage renal disease. And I said, what happened? Oh, I don't know. I forgot to tell you. Now, I'm on the phone. When you're face to face, you can kind of read people's body language and all that stuff there. And I even went through some of those major questions up front. Nothing rang a bell. So, another thing, when you're speaking to a client, do you say, I want to speak to you, T-O, do I want to speak to you about the program, or do I want to speak with you about the program? To and with. To sounds fine, with sounds better. I like using the word comfortable. Which program do you feel comfortable starting today to get approved, knowing no money will be sent from your bank until next month, second, third, fourth Wednesday, whatever it is? Comfortable. We have excellent programs. I've been in business for 28 years, some of you 3 years. I love my job. I love helping people out. I get great enjoyment on helping families out. If you have a story about one of your family members that passed away who had no life insurance or had life insurance, tell them the sad part about not having it and tell them the benefits on how life was a lot easier when you guys had the life insurance. Okay guys, that's it. Make it a great day. Appreciate you, love you. If you need anything, you need more carriers, you need more life carriers, you need more Medicare carriers, Medicare Advantage, you need under 65 health insurance, give Jay a call. We're more than happy to help you guys out. And as always, we appreciate you. Thank you. Bye-bye.